Hi everyone, welcome back to Performance Testing Mentor channel. This is part 2 video of GitHub tutorial for performance testers. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, I highly recommend checking it out first. You'll find the link in the description below. In part 1, I covered the basics of Git for performance testers, which includes creating repository on GitHub, cloning the repository, understanding the Git workflows, and making your first commit. In this part 2 video, we are taking things a step further. We'll explore how to work efficiently in creating the feature branch, in merging the feature branch with the main branch, and creating and approving the pull request, and finally deleting the feature branch on your local. These Git skills are essential for keeping your performance test scripts organized and collaborating with your team effectively. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of how to use Git like a pro in your performance testing work. So let's dive right in. In the last video, your team lead created a Git repository and pushed some JMeter scripts to the particular repository. So this is the JMeter scripts folder wherein your team lead pushed 3 different scripts here. Now imagine you are a performance team member and your team lead has assigned you to work on the JMeter test script 1, which is already in the repository. So what steps should you follow? Let's break it down. So before that, we need to copy the repository information by going to the code option here and copy the URL to the clipboard option here. Once after copying it, we need to create one particular folder on our local machine. I created in this case with the folder name called repo on my local machine. Now, as a first step, I need to clone the repository. So in order to clone the repository, I need to open the Git bash. So I'm just right clicking on this folder and I'm just opening the Git bash here. Once after clicking on this, your Git bash will open and you can see the folder name here. So as a next step, we need to type the command called git clone and we need to paste the repository name over here, whatever that we copied. So once after pasting the repository name, if you hit enter, then automatically your performance testing projects repository is going to be cloned on your local machine. This git clone command is going to download the entire repository to your local system, which allows you to access the test scripts. Now, as a next step, we need to navigate to the directory folder. So now we are in repo folder, right? Now we are in projects like in our repo folder. We need to dive into the next folder, that is the folder where our scripts are there. So in order to move to that particular folder or navigate to that particular project directory, what we need to do is we need to give a command called cd and your repo name. So repo name here is performance testing project. So I'm going to give the same name here, cd performance testing projects. Once if I hit enter, right, I'll go to that particular project directory here. Now, as a next step, we need to check the available branches in this particular repo. So in order to check the available branches, we need to use a command called git branch -a. This particular command is going to list all the branches, which includes the remote ones. So we can know like where to work here. So if I click enter, I can see all the branches which are available, including the remote ones. So the one which you are seeing with star here, right, asterisk one. So this is the branch right now you are in. So I'm in main branch. So that is the reason why this main branch is highlighted with a symbol called asterisk here. And these are the remote branches which I mentioned. Now, as a next step, we need to create a feature branch. So it's always a better way, instead of modifying the main branch directly, we need to create a feature branch to do all our changes in that feature branch. Once validated, the changes can be merged back to the main branch here. So in order to create the feature branch, we need to type a command called git checkout -b, and I need to provide the feature branch name. So in this case, my work is to update the JMeter script one, right? So to do some modifications in the JMeter script one. So as a part of that, I'm going to create a feature branch with the name called feature slash update JMeter script one. So I have given the feature branch name as feature slash update JMeter script one. So this git checkout -b command is going to create that feature branch, and also it is going to do the checkout for that particular feature branch. Now if I hit enter here, so I'm going to create the feature branch, as well as I'm going to move from the main branch to the feature branch here. Now you can see here. Now I switch to the new branch here, that is the feature slash update JMeter script one. Now I am in that feature branch. After creating the feature branch, it is important to pull the latest changes from the master branch to make sure we have the most updated test scripts. In order to do that, I need to use a command called git pull origin master. Git pull origin master. This particular command ensures your feature branch is up to date with the latest changes made to the master branch, avoiding any potential conflicts later when merging. Let me hit this. So here we got fatal error. So here it is mentioning like could not find the remote reference master. So our branch is like main, right? So it's not master. So let me retype the command. It's like git pull origin main. So let me hit enter. Oh, sorry. Again, I have written wrongly. It's origin. So let me type origin here and main. Now here you can see like your branch is already up to date. So now we are good with this. Why we need to do this? We need to know that, right? So let us say, for instance, right, if there has been any updates to the repo structure, then in that case, you need to properly pull that particular repo structure before going to do some feature changes. And we need to always be aligned with the latest version here. So that's the reason why we need to pull this particular main branch here again. Now, as a next step, we need to make the changes to the JMeter test script. In order to do the changes, right, let me open the JMeter quickly, and let me copy the folder path here where my JMeter test script 1 is there. And let me go to JMeter, and let's quickly open that path and select that particular file here. So this is the test script wherein like I have only one request for now. So as a part of some change, right, what I'm doing is I'm selecting that request and I'm adding one assertion here called response assertion. And I'm not adding anything. So just to show you, I'm just adding only one response assertion here, and I'm saving the script. So that means I have done some changes in my JMeter test script 1, whatever that is required. And then I'm going to GitHub again, right? Git bash again. So now after doing the changes in the script, here I need to type a command called git status. If I type this command, right, this command will show us like which files have been modified or added here. So in my case, I modified the JMeter test script 1. So it should show the modification here. You can see the modification clearly that it is mentioning the modified the JMeter test script 1. So now as a next step, it is giving us hint like we need to add that particular modification, and then we need to commit those modified changes also. So as a next step, we are going to add and commit the changes accordingly. So now I'm going to give the command called git add dot or star, anything you can give. So which will push all the, which will add all the committed changes here, right? All the changes here. So let me hit enter. So again, it is going to give some warning. You can ignore it like how it has given last time. Now as a next step, I need to commit those changes. So in order to commit these changes, right, I'm going to use the command called git commit -m, and I need to provide a proper commit message here. So in that particular JMeter test script one, right, I have added one response assertion. So I need to provide the proper commit message over here so that your team also will understand what exactly the changes has been done to this particular file. So here I'm going to give the commit message as updated JMeter. Let me give like this: updated JMeter test script 1 with assertion. Okay, let me give, I've added assertion, right? So I just give like here, I just give here as like with assertion. Okay, and then I'm going to hit enter. So it is going to say like one file has changed. Okay, and we are good with this commit message too. Now as the next step, we need to push our changes to GitHub repository so that like your other team members can also access them. So let me push the changes by using the command called git push origin as well as the feature branch name. So let me type the command git push origin, and the feature branch name is feature slash update JMeter script 1. This is your feature branch name. So now I am going to push the changes. This git push command uploads the changes from your local repository to the remote repository on GitHub. And once we push the feature branch changes, other testers like can access them, and also your team lead can review the work, and even he can even continue working on different aspects of the particular scenario. The next step that we need to do here is git merge. But before going to merge our feature branch with the main branch, what we need to do is we need to check out to the master first. So in order to check out to the master, I need to use a command called git checkout. In my case, it is main, not master. I'm going to use a command called git checkout main, so that I am going to check out to the main branch properly. Why I need to do this is nothing but I need to pull the master branch again. So in order to avoid any potential conflicts, right, during the merge, if some of your team members would have done some changes in the master branch, then in that case, we are going to miss those changes, right? In order to avoid that particular potential conflicts, we need to always pull the main branch here in this case. So in order to do that, like let me use the command called git pull origin main, and let me hit enter. Here it is saying like your main branch is already up to date. There are no changes. Now with this particular confirmation, right, you can go to the next step, that is the merge step. So here what we are going to do is we are planning to merge our feature branch with the master branch, right? So for that, now we are in feature branch, sorry, now we are in master branch, and now I'm going to use the command called git merge, and I need to provide the feature branch name here. So let me provide the feature branch name as feature slash update JMeter script 1. So once if I hit enter, it is saying like updating so and so process, and after that it is showing the image, so you're showing the thing called like fast forward, and one file got changed. So this command is going to merge the changes from the feature branch to the main branch here. So that is the use of this git merge command. So once after completing the git merge, right, we need to create a pull request on GitHub. In order to create the pull request, let's quickly go to the GitHub repository. And here in the GitHub repository, right, you can clearly see a message called compare and pull request here, right? So you need to click on this compare and pull request for the feature branch. But we are in main branch right now. Okay, so just click on compare and pull request here. It is showing like we have recent pushes 2 seconds ago, right? So just click on this compare and pull request, so that it will take you to the next page. So wherein we need to provide the proper description here. So we need to provide the proper description, and then we need to click on create pull request. So let me provide the proper description. For time being, I'm going to copy the same title over here. Okay, and I'm going to click on create pull request. Once if you click on create pull request, right, so then the pull request is going to be finalized. As a next step, you need to inform your team lead about the pull request that you have created or raised, and your team lead is going to review that particular pull request, whatever that you have created, and if everything is fine, after reviewing that particular pull request, he is going to merge the changes. So he is going to click on like this merge pull request. Once if we click on this merge pull request, here it is going to ask you some extended description. So if you want, you can provide any description which is meaningful over here, and then you can click on confirm merge. Generally this process is going to be done by your team lead. So just click on confirm message merge here. So once merge got completed, right, you can see a message called pull request successfully merged and closed. So as a next step, you need to delete the branch. You need to delete the branch from your local. But before deleting the branch, right, let me take a duplicate of this particular tab, and let me show you by going to the folder, like by going to this particular performance testing projects repo. Here, as of now, if you observe, right, we have two different branches. One is the main branch, and the other one is the feature update JMeter script one, the feature branch that we created, right? So, like now we are merged with we are merged our particular feature branch with the main branch successfully. Now I don't need this feature branch anymore, right? So what I can do is I can simply click on delete feature branch option over here. So if I click on delete feature branch option, delete branch here, then let's see what happens. So I just clicked on delete branch here. Now let me go to the repo and refresh the repo here. Once if you refresh the repo, right, you can't see that particular feature branch again. That feature branch got deleted from your GitHub repo. And also you can see a message called updated JMeter script one with assertion. So whatever the recent update that you made, right, that message you can see clearly over here. Now let's quickly go to git bash and verify whether that particular feature branch is there on my local or not. So in order to verify that, let me type a command called git branch and hit enter. If I type the command called git branch, it is going to show what are all the branches that are available in that particular repo. So as of now, in my local, right, I am having that feature updated JMeter script one branch at, right. So it didn't got deleted on my local, but on GitHub it got deleted successfully. Now I need to delete this feature branch. Why? Because I don't need this feature branch anymore. So in order to delete this feature branch, right, I need to use a command called git branch -d, and I need to provide that feature branch name. let me provide the feature branch name here as like feature slash update jmeter script 1. So and hit enter. Once if you hit enter, right, it is going to show the message called deleted branch, the feature branch name. Now if you want to verify it, you can verify it again by just typing like the same command called git branch, right? Just type the command again as git branch and hit enter. Now you can see only one branch is available, that is the main branch here. That's it. We have successfully worked on JMeter test script 1. We made the changes and we committed them and we pushed those changes for review. And finally, your team lead approved that particular push changes as well as the pull request. And now we are good with this. So let's quickly recap the steps that we followed. So as a first step, we have uh, cloned the repository, and then we have created the feature branch, and we modified the JMeter test script 1. And after modifications, we have added that and we have committed those changes. And finally, we pushed those particular changes. And after that, we created the pull request, right? So but before pull request, we merged that particular feature branch with the main branch, and then we have created the pull request. And finally your team lead reviewed that particular changes and he approved that particular changes from GitHub repo, and we are good with this, right? So finally, what I can say is, with the help of this particular Git repository or GitHub, what we can do is we can ensure the structured workflow as well as the collaboration and version control for the performance testing projects. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.